After completing a chain quests and also the Archon quest in 2.5, Traveler will lead to the quest that will let them participate the Three Realms Gateway offering event. These are some recap and/or details that I pulled from the dialogues during the event. If there is any mistake or anything I missed, please do let me know, and I would like to apologize in advance. The main topic on early quest is the Goryu Matsuri ceremony. This purposes is to fertile Watatsumi Island soil. As Kokomi explained in the next quest later.
Anyway, I'm sure Tsuyuko will have told you that the Watatsumi Goryo ceremony is a ceremony to reverse the holy soil phenomenon on Watatsumi Island. It's a bleaching process that slowly turns the earth to holy soil, leaving the land infertile and devastating agricultural production.
According to legend, the depths of Enkanomiya attempts to absorb the spirit of Watatsumi Island, which causes the soil to bleach and erode, making the land infertile and unable to grow crops. One of Tsuyuko's ancestor is Eboshi, also known as Erebos. Eboshi is one of the Shrine Maiden of Enkanomiya, and in order to participate in this event, you need to finish his quest. And from Tsuyuko, Traveler learned that Enkanomiya will only awaken if they retrieve the key of the moon bathed deep. And she also said that if someone enter Enkanomiya not to perform the Goryu Matsuri, then there may be another way to get in. And her suspicion is right, because Traveler will be meeting Enjo in Enkanomiya. Yet they haven't learned of how he got inside. In Danichi Mikoshi, when Enjo about to bring down the barrier using the golden bridle, he said, "I might even get cursed and turned into some sort of flame-flinging monster." This could indicate that he has indeed got cursed, just like what Lumine said that people from Canria were turned into monsters. Or he is just joking and he turns out to be a person that not come from Canria and joined the Abyss. But yeah, abyssal power is not for an ordinary human to play with. Even Child cannot use his abyssal ability in a long period of time, due to its drawback. Blood Branch Coral is a body part of the baptismal Visap that locked below the Danichi Mikoshi. Aru said it is a fragments of Watatsumi Omikami's Blood Branch Coral. He said, the Visaps locked beneath it have been adjusted specifically such. The wording of his dialogue means that the people of Enkanomiya have been capturing and experimenting with a normal Visaps long time ago. And the word, locked, got me thinking that this might be one of many reasons why Sumi is evacuating the Visaps. Before Orobashi bring the Enkanomiya's people to the surface, there is a war between them and the Visaps. Aru said that now Enkanomiya's people will live on the surface, they will no longer have to fight with the Visaps over territory. But the threat of the holy soil makes them have to do this slaughter over and over again. When Traveler giving the reins of revival fragments to Aru, he warned us about Enjo. And said that Enjo has some sort of art or ability to disturb the ritual or cause him to dissipate. This could be mean that abyssal power can disturb leyline that held the memory of the past. After defeating the baptismal Visaps, Traveler have a conversation with Enjo. He said, "I am a clerical staff member sent to help you. I just never said that I was sent by Sangonomiya." Could this mean that he is the twin sibling's subordinate and the twin siblings sent him to the Traveler? This video is all about me questioning things. Sorry. When giving the Blood Branch Coral to Tsuyuko, she said, "Did one who seemed like a mere thief with a Watatsumi language dictionary turn out to be something far more troublesome?" This could be referring to Enjo since he is a scholar and translator and all. And he might have stole something unknown from Watatsumi since Tsuyuko called him a thief. It could probably the dictionary which she mentioned before. Sumi thought that human can fly, and lose the ability to fly when reach adulthood.
Oh, really? Because I thought that humans lose the ability to fly when they reach adulthood. Just like the baptismal bishops lose the ability to see in color when they reach maturity.
This could be something like maybe a human child in the past have the ability to fly. Or maybe it's just because Paimon looks like a child and floating while the Traveler is an adult. Imaizumi tell the Traveler that Sumi has a snake eyes, that's why she covered her face, and tell the legend or a history of the vassal of Watatsumi.
Her eyes have snake-like pupils, thin vertical line. The first familiars of the Watatsumi Omikami were the vassals of Watatsumi. Legend has it that they are a half-human, half-snake kind who helped our ancestors fight back the baptismal bishops.
Yet this history is contradict to what Sumi will do later, which is evacuating the baptismal Visaps below the Danichi Mikoshi. Later on the Aftermath's quest, Enjo tells the traveler his theory about the Visap's people.
The Bishop people. Makes sense, doesn't it? The Baptismal Bishops are a highly intelligent and fast-evolving kind. There have been legends about this for over 1,000 years now. Well, this one comes from an old Enkanomian legend. When the Baptismal Bishops were defeated, they began evolving to survive. That is to say, they imitated the victors. Yep. In good lighting, you can see that reptiles' pupils are thin, vertical lines.
Enjo and the Visap, in this case, he may be referring to Sumi. Were formed an alliance. Enjo will engulf Enkanomiya with darkness so that they can send their elites Visaps to rescue their captive kin. In return, they will let the Abyss order safe passage to Enkanomiya and help them rebuild the 3 towers. Not knowing that the darkness of the Abyss is harmful for the creatures in the realm.
They're probably diving down into the depths to rescue their imprisoned companions as we speak. It won't be long before the source of Blood Branch Coral is completely cut off.
This makes me sad, knowing that all the Visap's wants was only to survive and free their kind. But have to accept the bitter faith that some of them were captured to be sacrificed in a ceremony to fertile the soil of Watatsumi Island. Later, after Dispel the Darkness, Traveler encounters Sumi and she said that she grew up with the Visap. And after reporting back to Kokomi, the theory that Enjo believed that Sumi is the Visap people is denied by Kokomi, saying it's only a fiction due to no records of it. The 3 pendants were given from Orobashi to his people, not to the Visaps. Probably means that all these time, Sumi was indeed the vassal of Watatsumi. But we still don't know if there are really a Visap people exist out there just like Enjo said. Surely he won't believe such a theory without any source of information.
It's a relic from back in the very beginning when the Watatsumi Omikami reorganized the court and reformed Enkanomiya. The 3 pendants were given to the Dainichi Mikoshi, the Sangonomiya line, and the vassals of Watatsumi. Vassals of Watatsumi typically take on a half-human, half-snake form, symbolizing that they are the familiars of our serpent god. At least, they used to. Over time, the vassals gradually became identical to humans, all except for the pupils of their eyes. But Bishop people and reptilians, they're pure fiction. There is no evidence for their existence anywhere among Sangonomiya's classified documents.
Orobashi exhausted his power to create Watatsumi Island, and no vassals born after that. But Kokomi mentioned there is a record of the last vassal.
All our hopes were placed onto her. She was going to be the one who could communicate between the bishops and the humans. But when she was just an infant girl, she and her guardian shrine maiden were attacked by bishops at the border of Enkanomiya. Her whereabouts have been unknown ever since. I sincerely hope that she will find her way to where she belongs, wherever that is for her.
What a story!
People belong where they are born, but creatures belong where they are fed. I am a bishop, not a human, so I'm going back to where I belong.